الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I will talk about the fate of Khaybar, and I touch on the detail of how the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam been left for good fate. He been left with a group of 1,600 companions them, and 200 not been a horse. But before he left, an advanced group been there. We been just the go for gather information and for inform the Muslims the way they come. And Hazrat Abbar bin Bashir al-Ansari Nena be the leader of this group. Of course, we will also get 2 man then will be the guide, we the appoint. This not be a measurement. Khasir bin Qarja and Abdullah bin Nu'aym na them been in charge of the grain where they be go with. And then they also come from the tribe of the Ashja'. As then they advance towards Khaybar, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they been for camp na Sahaba, and when time for prayer been for begin, they been for offer the prayer. And according to the narration, where the inside Sahih Bukhari, then talk say the Holy Prophet been for lead the Asr prayer. After that, he been for ask for something for it. And of course, Bokuno been there for it. He been get one kind of food where the Prophet been eat, and the other Sahaba themselves. They also mentioned, say after that, they been get for pray the Maghrib prayer. The Prophet been get for make ablution. Rather, not being refreshed, the wudu, he been just wash him out, and the been for offer the Maghrib prayer. That now be a distance of about 12 miles will be done left. And the mention say certain incident then they will be happen. And the mention say that even such an emergency, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Sahaba them, the obedience, the discipline, they be maintain them. Even at the time of emergency, the mention say one night, when they see something, where be they move and be they shine. It been there ahead of the group. The Prophet been for ask, and then been for say, now one pan the companions, then will be don't go before, and then been there ahead. And of course, includes being get that kind of reflection, where be they go far, and this person have been able to ask, and the Prophet been for give command for make them go count and to ram. Hazrat Abs had been so scared and say something don't they will reveal about me. And with this fear, I began for come to the Prophet. And the Prophet began for ask from why you left we for go ahead of we. And then he began for give reason why. And the Prophet began for advise everybody who say, una for move in group, una not for scatter. And he been there among them, companion them. He been there among them, one them will been come without any provision. And the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he been for come to Ram. and being for say, O Prophet of Allah, I don't get anything with me. I not left anything safe behind from my wife and my kingdom or from my household. For that reason, the Prophet being for get one piece of clothes. And Ibn Gladi and say, this not the Prophet then give me where he talk to him companions them. So he been get for sell them for 8 dirham. Then he been get for buy some food items them for his house. And he been get for save 2 dirham for himself for the journey. And as he been discussed with the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet been get for ask him, where the clothes we are give you? And he been get for say, O Prophet of Allah, I don't sell them. Then he been get for give the detail what I just to explain to her. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam been get for smile and say, O Abu Abs, una very, very poor, but I swear in the name of that God, when I in my life day, that if you day alive, you remain alive, you go see in a very short period of time, you go get boku provisions. Enough go day for your household, enough go day or more than enough for your home, and boku wealth go day. You go get money and you go get servants them for work for you, but this not go be the best or the good one for you. Then this prophecy being get for fulfill, and Abu Abs being get for Siam in lifetime it fulfill before him. And on one time, it been get for mention to the companions the Musa is say, it been happen just like how the Prophet been make the prophecy. And previous name na be Abu Abs, then it been get for change him. The Prophet been get for change him. It been get for die in the time of Hazrat Uthman, and Hazrat Uthman been get for lead in Janaza prayer, and then been get for Beram na Janatul Baqi. The Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam self being therefore proposed to the people of Banu Ghatfan, like how Abedo already mentioned about this today, that the Holy Prophet been camped at a certain place before it go na Khaybar, and this now be a distance of about 12 kilometers away from Khaybar. It being therefore lead Maghrib and Isha prayer. After that, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam be don't tell them what be the plan for attack, and being therefore say I want for make go do the attack whereby I go day in between Khaybar and Syria on the northern side, and so that I go prevent the Banu Ghatfan for make the no go join hand with Khaybar. And as they start for move, and different would have been there for going to Khaybar, and if they go to that valley who saw the Prophet being suggest, and the Prophet be they ask Hassan, Shas, and Sham. He said this are the word them, and according to the names, it been depend on the difficulties of them who they are, and one part them we been get the meaning of being more wider, and the Prophet based on Allah in revelation, it been get for choose that road we be more big and clearer, and safe it been safe for the companions them, and the Prophet be don't receive news and information that Banu Ghatfan then they about for join, and be don't give promise for join Khaybar, and then we don't move with an army of 4,000 sojaman them, so that they go come and stop the Muslims them not for reach Khaybar. And Tulay bin Khuwailid and Uwaina bin Hisim then be the leader them of this group. And these people been sent them for Kana Khaybar, and it be close to Khaybar already, and their responsibility now for stop the advancement of the Muslims them for make them not go reach Khaybar. But the Holy Prophet been get for contact the people of Banu Ghatfan, and he been get for send to them a letter that they for stop so that they not go join pan this fete where this fete been there about for happen, and he been get for make and clear inside that letter day that God don't reveal to me that it will give me victory over Khaybar. And some of the historians then write and say the prophet been sent a message that they not for join hands with the Jews them of Khaybar, and if they join hands with the Muslims them, then go share the property them of war. And so they say and not put any condition for accept Islam, rather being just say them for stop, then them push far away, not for participate in this fete, and for that reason they then will get half of the annual produce. But because them been there over 15,000 soldier man them within Khaybar, they not be able to think that a group of just 1,600 soldier man they go overcome them. So they not accept this proposal here from the Prophet, and then they get for tell Sa'ad bin Ubadah and Uyayna bin Hisim. Then they send them as representative them from the side of the Muslims. Of course, Banu Ghatfan then they don't go na Khaybar, and when Uyayna bin there received the news that they go into the compound, Marhab bin therefore suggest say let us not allow the Muslims them for come no more or with any other group, otherwise they go know the road and how for enter inside this fence we don't make. And then they not be want the Muslims them for enter na the fence, but then say no, Saad, they just call the message to them and say the Prophet God don't give the message that we go overcome una. So I suggest to una Banu Ghatfan for return home. Uyayna bin Gafar tell Saad that we not go left with paddy them. We not go against the agreement we don't make with them. And self we know waiting on our strength. These the Jews them of Khaybar, then well fortified within then fence, then well equipped, then get more weapon and then strong pass una. If una attack them or if una suggest for fete una, then go destroy una. Then go scatter una. They not just tell like they crush them, we una just defeat in the recent past. And then they therefore say, give this message to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then when they talk this proudly, Hazrat Sa'ad bin therefore tell Uyayna that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam go enter this fence, go overcome una, and waiting he don't suggest to una don't reject una, go ask una again, but it go be too late, and nothing no go left except for fight against una. And Uyayna, you know the witness that as we don't come in the area of the Jews, they may get for facing defeat. And the companion they may get for return to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they may get for report to the Prophet and say, Ya Rasulullah, O Messenger of Allah, the prophecy where God don't give you, no doubt God will fulfill that prophecy there. And he say, Ya Rasulullah, I don't tell them that once you overcome them, then go run, like how them be run away, or like how them be escape during the fate of Ahzab. But they not agree, they not listen. I don't suggest to them everything, but they not listen. They don't make proud, and they not budge an inch. Also clear as to how they escape and how the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam respond and say,
I have
God don't give me out of fear against the people. And they also mention, say, na been 4,000 we be don't join the Jews them, and self will be they chase the other groups. The one day will be left behind, them be stop for make them go stop the advancement of the Muslims them. But na been God in plan that the people of Khatfan somehow they be just been get for return at their home. And a day inside the book of them of history that the leader of the Banu Khatfan been get a voice from Bienam, and I be a warning to them, and na be a loud voice that the group of Muslims them don't they attack their home and houses behind, and them property that don't they take them, then don't they destroy, and the woman them and picking them, then don't they take them as prisoner them of war. But not to like say any physical person be they talk all them talk there, or be they shout this shout, but now be Allah in design, Allah in work. This being for make them being for left. A day inside other book of them that a group of about 1,000 we Uyaina been hissing be the lead, and a be don't already enter na the fence inside Khaybar. But all the historians then say the army been do over 5,000 soldier man them. But nevertheless, the group of 4,000 as them be they come na Khaybar, in the way a discussion been there between the Holy Prophet and Uyaina in young group, and then somehow or some way they may get for return, and they not join hands with the Jews them of Khaybar. This one day inside Sirat ibn Hisham. Nevertheless, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam continue with in journey for Khaybar. And when once them begin for see the fences of Khaybar, the Prophet began for tell them una stop. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam began for pray and say,
السماوات السبع وما أضللن ورب الأرضين السبع وما أقللن ورب الشياطين وما أضللن ورب الرياح وما أثرين فإنا نسألك من خير حاضره خير أهله ونعوذ بك من شرها وشر ما فيها أقدموا بسم الله.
That I pray in the name of the one who hold the seven skies and the one who possess the entire world, and the Lord of Satan and the one them where it don't mislead, and the Lord of the waves and the hurricane and the breeze. Oh Allah, where they ask you the goodness of this valley and this village, and where they ask you protection from any evil from this city. Oh me people, una advance. Then them being get for go and advance. And who side then camp, who side a garden be there and a very big field, a being get for day under the possession of Saad after the conquest, after the victory. Of course, the Jews them be so proud, and they not think that the attack go come so quick. But when once they know say the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam don't come, then go send about 1,000 towards the group of the Holy Prophet, and for judge and assess whether the Prophet they about for attack. But by the time the Prophet they reach, because they've been doing the nights, they'll not be aware of an arrival of income one. And when they come na do, of course they'll be morning time, whereby them being get all the equipment them, the hoe, then tools them where they use for farming, they may get for wash back inside the fence when they see the Muslims soldier man them. And Hazrat Anas explained concerning this incident that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam be arrived during the night. But the Prophet in practice now say, no go attack during the night. But when do clean and the place don't become clear, the Jews then be there about for Canada. Of course, the prophet before attack that morning, and when the Jews then come, Nado with the hose and then tools them, then Benga for realize say the prophet already done the day with Insojaman them. Then the Benga for wash inside back and say the prophet there. And the prophet Benga for pray.
إنا إذا نزلنا على ساعة قوم فساء صباح المنذرين.
That Khaybar don't get destruction. Anytime we go na the ground of them people and we don't get warning. This not bad money it could be for such people. But the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam no camp for a long time. Usa ibn camp earlier on. And the mention say the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he can na Khaybar. Ibn for spend one night at the place where they call Manzila. And Hazrat Khubab bin Munzir, may Allah be pleased with him, he come to the Prophet and say, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, if for stay na ya na mazla na Allah in plan, then we don't get anything for say. But if na you opinion, we also get another opinion where we want for suggest to you. The Prophet Benga for say, waiting at the opinion we want for give me waiting at your view. And the Benga for say, because this is my own point, my own suggestion. Then Hazrat Khubab Benga for tell the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and say, oh Prophet of Allah, you're so close to your fence. And you're very close to them field. But I suggest that we get Latah, who say a group day, we're not that good. And that side, a much higher and a high place. And it will be difficult for them for shoot we because we go they see them. But also we they easily they go for attack we, and I will suggest let we move to the other better place. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam being for say you don't give very good suggestion, but nevertheless we they fetch them today. Nevertheless, whatever the condition could be. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam began for call Muhammad bin Maslama. We've been there in charge of the Prophet in security them. And he began for say, find a place where suitable, where somehow far away from the enemies' them fences. Then they began for going to the place where they call Raji, where they between the groups of Ghatfan and the people of Khaybar. And then, when he returned, he began to say, Ya Rasulullah, I don't see a suitable place. And then he began to say, okay, let we go. But because the Prophet don't say we go feed them anyway, then began for feed initially, outside the midday in the morning. And even time, they began for move to the place will be more suitable. Now different fences so they been get. And according to the groupings, we find mention of the fences we deal in this way. That because then they attack from different fences and one being for fall after the other one, we see a dispute or contradiction when it comes by the names. We say we find that the incident will happen at this fence, then go replace them with another one. The number, then put them saying as 6 fences been there. The 9 fence, they not mention them. Whereas Baku historians then put this fence saying then at the first one where they attack. The other one in Zurkani in your book, it put them saying at 10 fences. For put the number or for judge from the number, na different group remedy, Shah, Katiba, and the 3rd position. And Lata, the place of Lata, they may get 3 fences, Naim, Sarb, the 4th of Sarbar, and the 4th of Zubair. And these are the one that we've been there in charge of Hazrat Zubair. And after the conquest, they been get for the fortress been get for change to Zubair. Another one day where they call Nizar and Uqaiq, and also another grouping of fortresses where they call Tibad, Kamus, Sulalim. And these that be names them where they give to them fences there. Yeah. The detail of the attack, now like this, that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam don't talk to the companions them, and as they talk to them, it been get for say, una not desire for fight the enemies. Instead, una for pray for peace from Allah the Almighty, because una not gonna know the trial where una go facing. But if una face the enemy, say,
بهم ونواسينا ونواسيهم بيدك فإنما تقتلهم أنت.
That, oh Allah, you now will Lord and the Lord. We life then at your hand, and their life safe then at your hand. Now you forfeit them and overcome them on we on behalf. After that, the Holy Prophet being forgive other forfeit, and they being for tell the companions them for be patient. For remain steadfast and be patient. First, the fence of Nuaim, then they attack first. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam being for faith with them Sujaman there. And a very strong attack been there from the Prophet. The opponents have defend strongly. The Prophet been wearing a body armor, and Zara na be the horseway be the ride. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam been get a sword, and the enemy then been they fire the arrow upon the Muslims them, and the Muslims then be wise enough. They nobody use the Instead, anytime wave of attack will come from the enemies, they will take the same arrow and shoot them back. And of course, it been so hot. And as it been so hot, one part of the companions then been get for go rest now the wall of the defense, and the enemy then been get for drop one heavy thick para, and Kanana bin Rabi now the one then send this heavy thick pan the Muslim will be the link will be laid on by the wall, and then it being for hit him in face, and the skin being for come up from in face, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam being for return in skin back and put bandage around her, and Hazrat Mahmud bin Maslama now the one way they hit with this stick. After that, he being for die because of this injury. Yeah. Rather, Hazrat Mahmud when them been wounded bad one, he being for tell him that the attacker of your brother then go face the consequence, and then 50 companions then being for wound. When even 10 come, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam being give order to the companions them for also advance and move to the place where Hazrat Qubab bidon suggest. And this being therefore become the command center for the Muslims. Like I already touched on this, that this now be the strongest fence among the fences of the Jews them na Khaybar. And also then be ready for guard this place. And the army will be the guard this, being strong. And Yaris and a brother Narabinde in charge of this fence. The Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam continued for faith on this fence for 10 days. And Hazrat Uthman Narabinde in charge rather, during the day, and in the evening the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam go change shift, and in go become the commander. And also the Muslims then go nurse them, and they go treat the one they were wound in the evening. Concerning more details of this fete, concerning Marhab and a second companion, the first one we then kill, they mention say Hazrat Marhab if they don't come outside for instigate the Muslims, if they read this poem,
خيبر أني مرحب,
that Khaybar know that Mina Marhab, I don't test. Mina a tested and proven soldier, courageous soldier. And when they hear this challenge of Marhab, Hazrat Aqwa been come out and say and respond to this poem.
خيبر أني عامر شاك السلاحي بطال العامر. But
the Khaybar, every piece of Khaybar know today that Mina Amir Adeya, a well equipped and the one way not afraid anything during the war. And then fight been there between them two there, then start for attack themselves. Marhab been get for attack first, and Hazrat Amr been get for defend himself with the shield, and then it try for attack him from underneath, but the sword been shot, and then inable for hit him, and then been get for hit him and then kill him. Then the first one for killed, and Hazrat Amir, the two companions them been get for beg them at the place where them call Rajir. They mention, say, Hazrat Aqwa explain and say, rather they mention, say, the time we then kill Hazrat Amir, then say, indeed, what he do don't waste. On one occasion, the Fambulen come to Hazrat Amr, and he come to the Prophet and say, I say, some companions, and they say, Hazrat Amir in Guruk, don't waste. And the Prophet began for say, Innahu la ajrain. He said, the one day where they talk this, they're wrong. Innahu mujahidun. That would I ever talk this wrong. And he say that I go get reward to them. In as somebody who very strong, very courageous. And maybe nobody know they were strong like him. Rather, the words of the Holy Prophet ﷺ in praise of Amr, being for say, no Arab man no they like him, we they don't ever born. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ being for staying at the place where they call Rajir. And they constantly they attack this fence of Naim for 10 days. And then, concerning the injuries and the two companions them we then kill, the Jews them, they get courage. And then the Prophet being for say, tomorrow I will give the flag to somebody where Allah love and where myself I love, and at a hand victory we will receive them. And then the companions then began for say will be no say the victory will be realized tomorrow, but would I go receive the flag? But when they began for clean, all the companions that began for gather around the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, everybody be anxious for receive this flag here. And Hazrat Umar he explained and say that before this, I not be ever wish for be a leader. And Hazrat Ubaida self began for say that we never wish for any leadership before, but that not the day. We say everybody be the wish and be anxious for make it be the one we go receive this flag here. And then he say, I be the try for is me head up so that the Prophet go see me and give me the flag. And of course Hazrat Ali he been sick and he been get for join the Muslims then later on because he been gets pain in the eye. And he not be able to see clearly. And when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam been left for go Khaybar, the Prophet been get for think and say, how I go left behind the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hazrat Ali been get for say, how I go left behind the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hazrat Ali bin Ghaffar joined the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The mention say in the morning the Prophet bin Ghaffar lead the prayer, and he bin Ghaffar snap and say, "Where Ali?" And then the companions bin Ghaffar say, Hazrat Ali, they suffer from some pain in eye, and bin Ghaffar say, "Go and call him, make like him." And then when they come with him, the Prophet bin Ghaffar tell him, ask him, what happened? Then Hazrat Ali bin Ghaffar say, I get pain in my eyes. I get problem with my eyesight that I'm not able to see better one or go able to see what's clearly before me. Then the Prophet bin Ghaffar tell us, say, come. Then bin Ghaffar put Hazrat Ali in aid, not in lap. And the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam bin Ghaffar spit na eye, and bin Ghaffar pray for him. And the Prophet prayed for him. Then after that, he bin Ghaffar give the flag. And Hazrat Ali bin Ghaffar say, I not be ever feel any pain again in my eye after that. And Hazrat Bashir talk about this inside a book, Sirat Kataman Nabiyin, that Hazrat Ali may Allah be pleased with him, being get opportunity for receive the honor when the Prophet say, I will give the flag to somebody who through that person day, we will get victory. Allah lekam, and the Prophet self lekam. And Hazrat Umar say, I be the try for ace me it up, that sometimes the Prophet go see me and give me the flag. And every companion been get that same thinking, but they wish for make then go get an opportunity there that the Prophet go give them the flag. But the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam be ignore everybody until Hazrat Ali come. And then and they been get problem with Inyai. The Prophet been get for tell Hazrat Ali and say, oh Ali come to me. And when he come to Ram, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam began for touch in yai, and began for rub in yai with some pit na in hand. And after that, Hazrat Ali began for recover from the sickness of the feel na in yai, or the pain we began in yai. And then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam being received revelation that the victory then go receive him at the hands of Hazrat Ali, may Allah be pleased with him. And the Prophet at the time where he gave this news that I will give the flag to somebody where Allah love and where myself like him, and through this person here we go forget victory. And now the morning time when the Prophet called Hazrat Ali and gave him the flag,
बख्शी कि शाम से पहले किला फतह हो गया.
And of course, during the morning, Hazrat Ali bin Ghaffar take the flag, and he bin Ghaffar who come between strong work at a higher ground, and the mention say, Marhab bin Ghaffar Kanado, and then Hazrat Haris Sef bin Kamnado, and we find out the killing of Hazrat Amir. Hazrat Amir Hazrat Ali been called another enemy we come Nado for comfort. Hazrat Ali been for fetam and take the sword in hand. One part the generals then they from the Jews them, we be don't ask for fets, and Muhammad bin Maslama being there for respond for the challenge, and he being there for kill him. And also Yasir in brother self with and kill, and Ibn Ishaq say Yasir bin Kamnadu, we in the brother of Marhab. And he be the read, and Muhammad bin Umar right that in about the strongest among the group. And then Hazrat Ali bin come for a challenge or for this fete. Then somebody will try and say, as Zubair say, come out my way, I think me for fetam. Hazrat Safiya tell the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he could kill me boy Pekin. Hazrat Zubair been for advance. And he been for kill the guy we come now do for challenge him. And then Marhab been come out when he don't get enough weapon them. We have already read before that before Khaybar, the entire Khaybar knows say Mina a tested and proven soldier we courageous. Khaybar know that me na Marhab and Hazrat Ali. Binga for say
matni hummi haydara laysa ghabat karihul manzara khayr as-sandara. That he said,
Binga for say me na that Ali we in name God we me mama don't give me that name. I turn like that wounded lion where they out for kill. And of course then we get Sandra. Now a heavy stone, we've been very heavy. Hazrat Ali been get for Estonia and Wap Marhab 98. And they also mention say that the first way been happen between them, Hazrat Ali been get for Atakam, and then it been get for Nakam 98, and it been get for split in aid and in teeth them been get for scatter, then continue for fat. And the companions then being for overcome the enemies and then being for conquer the fortress defense. They mentioned that when Marhab Kanado and be the read them poem there
of his,
we can read. Then the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam say that would go respond to Marhab in challenge. Bin Maslama being for say me go challenge him. By God, he killed me brother yesterday. And the Prophet being for say, go. And when they be very close to each other, tick bindi between them. Then, nine they be used for protect themselves. And anytime somebody go to hide behind the tree, another one go continue for cut the tick. And then go to miss themselves. But Muhammad bin Maslama been for manage for hit Marhab, and he been for save himself with the shield. Then Marhab been for in sword been for fashion at the shield, and the mention say this companion been for kill Marhab. The mention say that Marhab already the better attack him when Hazrat Ali being for meet him and finally being for finish him. Also other historians they write say that Nabi Muhammad bin Maslama and been kill Marhab because if they don't kill Harith when I be in brother, a confusion day that instead of Harith they write Harab. But the reality I say, what we find in the book inside Sahih Muslim, Nabi Hazrat Ali and kill him, and this name more authentic or name more close to the truth. Narration day from Salman bin Aqwa that Hazrat Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, and kill Marhab, and now because of two explanations, them the first of all, Hazrat Jabir we explain from Maslama. And not been participating in Khaybar. And make it go be clear, the second narration, nada, the books of history then can contradict that. Who say it exactly take place? Some people then say it happened as such. Some they put other names. Some then they will not get no name. The fortress or defense society fate be happen. But no particular fortress not been there. Who said they mentioned that it be happen. But in Sirat Ibn Hisham, Tibrani, and other book them, they mention say, it will happen in the fortress of Namus, as on they say, it will happen na Nuaim. Nevertheless, Hazrat Ali with the prophets, be they fed for 10 days. And they mention, say, then conquer Nuaim, but they don't mention that whose one will be the strongest fence, waiting will be the strength of that fortress or that fence or the weaponry where they recover from this place. And of course, as the attack may happen, they may get for shift the woman them and picking them to side safe. But when once they're able to protect them fence there, then they give the fortress of Naim, they may get for shift to other fortress. Anyway, I will continue with the same discussion and I will touch on other fences and the effect will happen. Like they always urge now for prayer for the situation of the world and for the Muslims them, especially for the Palestinians them, and they urge now furthermore for prayer for the general condition of the Muslim brothers them around the world. Clearly, this ceasefire don't happen. That sometime we will feel the condition will improve. But now when we see the policy of the new American president, now one and the wicked decisions them, who side then don't they say this not the most dangerous area. Now it don't become the most, we never expect this to happen, but nevertheless make Allah give protection to we Palestinian brothers them and to the Arab brothers them. Now me prayer and wish that we Arab brothers them go open their hands and open their eyes and join hands. Otherwise, not only Palestine no more, all other Arab countries them go suffer as a result. Though now that even none other Muslims countries themselves don't they suggest and don't they support the Palestinians them and don't they raise voice against the decision of America or Donald Trump and his allies. But of course, might is right, as we know that the powerful country them, they no want for listen to anybody, then just want for use them strength and power. For that reason, they are the urge una that we pray for all the Muslims there, and self at the urge the Muslims themselves, though we no get power, we strength not only prayer and also at the urge una for prayer. And self-involved in una prayer with Pakistani brother them and sister them we don't they facing direct attack. Pray for the Ahmadiyya in Bangladesh. Then self don't they facing some tranganes this BNTM and then they under persecution una for pray for them. And also for all other Muslim brothers, and especially the Ahmadi brothers, them that make Allah go keep them under in special protection. Make Allah go make everybody attention go walk towards peace. Make Allah give it strength for achieve peace and see ya in we eyes. Amin. Allahumma amin.
نستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله عباد الله رحمكم الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى لعلكم تذكرون اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر